Hey everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening to the Course Building Secrets podcast. Whether you're a coach or a CEO, the success of your team and clients is based on your ability to deliver a consistent experience and guide them on the fastest path to results. This podcast will give you practical, real-life tips that you can use today to build your online experiences that get results and create raving fans. Why? So you can monetize your expertise and serve more people without adding more time or team to your business. If you're looking to uncover your $1 million framework, package it, and use it to scale, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, so today I have an episode for you on mindset and how important it is as you are starting something new, going off into sort of the abyss, or in some cases just making a decision that you're not exactly sure of what the outcome is going to be. So first of all, I want to say happy holidays, and I hope that you all have had some time to reflect and enjoy some time off and just really get prepared to jump into 2022 strong. And I know that I have done that. I recently took a little bit of a vacation. I went to Park City, Utah to go skiing and celebrate the holiday. And one story I want to tell you about something that happened to us as we were actually driving home. So driving from Park City, Utah to Minnesota, and how it plays into how important your mindset is and how important your ability to sort of jump into the unknown is as you are starting something new. Because as we know, whether you're starting a business or you're creating your first online course, or you're really just looking to make a change or a transition from where you are today to something new, you're always going to go through that scenario where you're not exactly sure how it's going to go, right? You can put some things in place that allow you to hopefully, put yourself in a place of knowing the steps and getting some, clarity in terms of, are you going to be successful or are you not? But really the reality is you don't know, right? So we were driving back from Utah, as I said, and we ended up in what's called a snow squall. And for all of you Midwesterners like me who don't know what that is, because I didn't, it's sort of like a snow tornado. And so what happened was that we were in a complete whiteout situation where it was snowing super hard. The wind was like 70 miles an hour, and we were driving through the mountains in the snowstorm, and literally you couldn't see anything in front of you. You couldn't see anything on the sides. And it was really scary because you literally had zero visibility. And what was happening was that we left Park City early in the morning because we could see that this giant storm was coming. And so I don't know if you have a husband like this, but my husband said, we're going to beat the storm. So let's go early and beat the storm. So we literally had the storm chasing us all the way we were going to stop in Denver. And so obviously we didn't make it all the way through before the storm caught us. And so we ended up in this snow emergency, this snow issue where literally, like I said, we couldn't see in front of us. So cars who were in front of us, we didn't see until we were right up on top of them. And then you couldn't see the turns. You couldn't see anything about the road. And here we are on a mountain pass without any knowledge of the road, any knowledge of how it turned and what happened, and we couldn't see. And it was such an interesting sort of lesson going through this in terms of how do you react in the situation? How do you persevere through a dangerous situation where you aren't sure. You aren't sure what the right answer is. You aren't sure what's going to happen on the opposite side. So we looked around and when it got a little bit more clear, and you could see some cars who had pulled over on the side of the road, and they were literally just stopped and waiting for the storm to go by. And then those of us who kept going, made a different choice and kept going through the storm. And, there were a couple of different tools that we used as we were going through that. One is we had the weather radar up. So I was not driving, my husband was driving. And so I had the radar up and I said, okay, well, so if we keep going, within a certain amount of time, we're going to see that it's going to clear up. And there's a little pocket where it was clear and then the storm would start again. And so I was looking at the radar and, sometimes looking at a radar, you need to have outside help. You need to have somebody who can see the big picture. You have to have somebody who can show you that if you keep going, these are the things that you're going to expect along the way. We knew that at some point, if we kept going, we were going to get through the storm, right? Like the storm, it doesn't go across the entire United States. So we knew that regardless of how much time it was going to take, there was a point where we were going to be out of the storm. And by looking at the radar, we were able to kind of gauge or see when we were going to get through that by looking at something that showed us sort of that bigger picture, which I think is such a great analogy to, having a coach or having a process or step-by-step that you can follow that shows you like, okay, so you may not know where you are right now. You may not be able to see clearly what the results are going to be, but if you keep going, there is a different view of this, right? There's a bigger view that you can't see as you're going. Whereas, you take the cars that had stopped in the storm because they were afraid to keep going. They couldn't see it well enough to keep going. That storm lasted like 4 or 5 hours in that area. So they were literally just sitting there with no tools and no resources to know that by sitting there, they're actually sitting there for 4 or 5 hours in this storm, whereas maybe half hour away from where we were, the storm stopped. And it was actually wild because it was, dry roads and, clear skies and sun right when we got out of this snowstorm. But we wouldn't have known that had we, not kept going, right? If we would have stopped like those other cars, we would have just been sort of stuck in the place that we were. We wouldn't have been able to see that there was a different path on the opposite side. And, we would have had to have just waited to get out of it. So again, such a great lesson in terms of, what do you focus on? What do you believe? And what tools and resources are you using to be able to see the bigger picture? So even if you can't see in front of you, you can see beyond, what happens when you keep moving through kind of that snowstorm, literally, is what we were going through. And so I wanted to tell this story today because I think, especially as we think about what we've been going through, we think about the challenges that we've had, we think about starting something new, whether you're starting your course experience for the first time or packaging what you're doing in a different way, there is a period of time where you have to take a leap of faith. You have to make a decision when you can't see exactly what's going to happen. You can't see exactly what's in front of you. We could have easily gone off the road. We could easily have hit another car. We easily could have had all of these challenges come up for us as we kept going. But we used the tools in front of us. We used our ability to be able to, keep moving forward and trust that we had the skills, we had the ability and the confidence to move through it, that we knew that if we could do that, we could get to the other side. Same thing with you. You have the skills, you have the ability, you have the belief in yourself that you can keep going and you can get to a different outcome, but you have to be able to move through that. You have to be able to go through that. So this is a little bit of a different course building secret for you today, but I thought it was such a powerful lesson as we were going through this, that kind of to be in the emotion of it, to be in the decision-making part. Do we stop? Do we go? Do we pull over at a rest stop and wait the storm out, or do we keep going? Do we trust that there's something on the other side that's going to get us out of this particular situation? And that's so much like starting something new. It's so much like, taking that leap of faith that you have the ability to do something, and it can be different, and your future can be different, your reality can be different, and it's maybe sunny and dry or whatever you want to call it on the other side, but you've got to go through that storm first. So there you go. That is my course building secret of the day. I hope that you enjoy the next couple of days and have a very happy new year. Jump into 2022 and just ride through that snowstorm and keep focused. Keep going on your goals. Keep going on whatever it is that you're trying to pursue, and really step into that belief and faith in yourself that you can do it. All right, there you go. So please check out the show notes. We have tools and resources to help you through this journey. And also, if you love this podcast, please give it a rating and share it with your friends. We will talk again soon. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. The best thing you can do is to take action on an idea or tip that resonated with you. To help you take action, I have a free gift for you that you can download in the show notes. During each episode, we publish an action plan worksheet and other helpful takeaways from our speakers in the Course Building Secrets Creators Lab. To register for free, click on the link in the show notes. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, are you a business owner ready to streamline and scale your business? Imagine solving the biggest business challenges with clarity, a strategy, and a clear plan. Hey, I'm Tara Bryan, and I want to invite you to take the first step towards transforming your business with a free 30-minute discovery call. This call is an opportunity to discuss your goals, identify key challenges, and learn how my mentorship program can help you achieve the success you're aiming for. In just a half hour, we'll explore how you can scale your business by enhancing your authority strategy, engagement strategy, and retention strategy. You'll get personalized advice and a clear path forward. Ready to take the first step? Click on the link below that's in the show notes to book your free discovery call now. I hope to talk to you soon.